In August 2021, I almost died. Out of nowhere, a hole opened up in my intestines and I had to be treated immediately. I was in and out of the ER and the hospital for weeks. I was in constant 10 out of 10 pain, couldn't walk, had botched surgical procedures. Now I know what it feels like to have a knife in my abdomen while completely awake. Was on the strongest painkillers I've ever felt and they didn't do anything. And was covered in my own blood in hospital beds while doctors completely ignored me and couldn't even sleep due to the extreme pain. It took about 6 months to mostly recover, and it wasn't until the second half of 2022 where I started to feel 100% again. Before that, everything in my career and life was going fine, or so I thought. I had clients, people were paying me, and everything was just swimming along. I thought I was living up to my potential. But that whole incident made me realize that I wasn't even coming close. I was coasting a bit, and I didn't even realize it. And all the problems that I thought I had turned out to be completely inconsequential. I realized that much of what was happening in my life could be fixed with intent, effort, and guidance. So when 2022 came around, I came at my life with a new level of vigor and focus. Looking back, there were 4 big changes that happened as a result of this new mindset I was forced to adopt. These are the 4 things that helped improve my career and life as a whole. The first change was a more focused level of intensity. It's easy to work a lot. There, I said it. It's really easy to put in long hours, to crunch, to say yes to every single client request, to become extremely unhealthy like everyone else in our field. We view that ability to destroy ourselves with work as a strength. When we see someone else doing that, we get impressed and say, wow, what a hard worker. But when we tie our identity to being a hard worker, that strength becomes a weakness. If we're unable to stop, analyze our work life, and use our time more wisely, then this hard work mentality can hold us back or even destroy our careers. I've seen it happen to other people time and time again. And I had that weakness. I still struggle with it. But my intestinal incident helped me realize that focused intensity was more important. When you know exactly where and how to spend your time, you can outperform the vast majority of people putting in 8-hour days just by putting in 3 to 5 hours a day of focused, intense work. Almost Dying showed me where my time matters most. It showed me what work benefits most from my presence and what benefits from my absence. Learning that made all the difference. Now I can get more higher quality work done in way less time. Now I'm more intense in the things I do show up to and care less about the things that everyone else told me was important. The second change was growing a thicker skin. I mostly stopped caring about getting negative client feedback about 5 to 6 years into my career. But sometimes that feedback could still sting, even if they're being nice about what I needed to redo. But Almost Dying made me realize there's nothing you could possibly say about my sound that would hurt me. I almost died, which has made work a lot easier. Clients can tell me what they want and I can execute. No hard feelings or rumination. I can walk into any meeting with swagger and confidence. Even if they need a complete and total redo, which is common in the sound design world, the iteration is normal, that's fine. I can just get it done. That doesn't mean I'm suddenly impervious to words. Of course, I can still get hurt. But work-wise, it's a lot harder to make me feel bad about anything. I'll just keep executing and getting the audio just right. And the third point related to that is having a stronger vision. For my entire career, I did what my clients wanted. That's what a good freelancer does. But a trusted expert, which is an even higher level of freelancer, offers opinions and guidance. Think of it this way. If you were to get a website designed and the person you hired told you where the pitfalls were and what to expect if you did things one way, and they offered guidance on better steps to take, you'd be thrilled. Same goes for our work in audio. I used to be too scared to offer my thoughts and guidance. Now with my clients, I offer it more. I try things even if a client told me not to because I believe it could work. And what ends up happening is that the client is always pleased with the result, with the unexpected. Ultimately, the client makes the final call. But offering vision and guidance makes them trust me, and it helps me steer the ship a little bit, which makes things more fun. The last change was an even greater focus on fitness and health. Since my second year of college, I've always been very health-oriented. I work out, learn about nutrition constantly, and do what I can to stay healthy. But since my tummy times, I doubled down on my health even more. I now do 2 to 3 hours of jiu-jitsu 5 to 6 times a week on top of daily strength and mobility training as well. As a lifetime martial artist, BJJ is something that I've always wanted to try, and there's no excuse to wait any longer. While it sounds like I do nothing but work and work out now, this ironically has led to me having more time. More time to play video games, make online courses, make a podcast, relax, practice, to read, cook, and make videos like this for you. So whether you feel totally fine in your career or you need to make a huge change, there may be areas of your life that could benefit from more intensity. Does that mean you need to put in more hours? Maybe, but that depends how much you're putting in already. Hard work is just a tool. It needs to be used at the right time, at the right place, to be effective. What I do know though is that what I thought was me living up to my potential wasn't even close. There's so much further I can go, and maybe the same is true for you too.